Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Heidi. Thanks for watching. I want to thank the new subscribers, watchers, commenters, likers, everybody who's out there and paying attention. I'm so surprised. I'm really thrilled. I just want to say that I'm so grateful to you all. It really means a lot and gives me motivation to keep doing this. So this is going to be video 5 in my series of complete colorings, and I'm going to try and make this a little bit shorter than previously. So let's just get into it. So I have a whole bunch of Coloring Heavens to start with, and I'm a subscriber to Coloring Heaven. I really love this. So the first one I have is Gothic Fairies by Mika Jelena, and I colored the first page in this one, and this was with alcohol markers and colored pencil for shading. I'll bring it up a little bit, show some of the details. Yeah, I love her style. Love this image. This was super fun to do. Next one is Nubian Fantasy Special from Herb Leonard. And once again, I did the first page. I tend to do the first page of things, it seems. And I did this one with Crayolas. And Crayolas don't have as much pigment as some of the other kinds of pencils, so it ends up being light and subtle, but I like it. I like that effect. So I was really happy with how this came out. I had a lot of fun doing it. So there's that one. And the next one is the Steampunk Special from Hannah Lynn. Once again, I started at the beginning. And this page is alcohol markers with colored pencil on top. And I love doing Hannah Lynn's images because her line art is so precise, and she uses thicker lines for much of the image, so you don't have to worry about the alcohol markers blending into other areas that you don't want. So that's fun. I like that. This one was with alcohol markers and colored pencil, and this, I had so much fun with this, with all of these really, and trying to get the exhaust to look like smoke, to have some volume. That was cool. And the clouds. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. And the next page as well, which also has a lot of smoke going on. This was also with alcohol markers with some colored pencil on top. Super fun. That was Steampunk Special by Hannah Lynn. And then next one is Adorable Aliens by Matthew Larson. And this was something I probably wouldn't normally color. And that's one thing I love about this magazine, is that you never know what you're going to get next. And so you can try out different styles, different illustrations, or rather illustrators, that you maybe wouldn't buy a book from, but you can just do your best, try it out, see what you like, what you don't like. So this was with alcohol markers and colored pencil and some gel pen on the top. Did that one, and then I did this next page. And this is also alcohol markers with pencil on the top. Bring it in a little bit. And then same with this one. Really cute. Cute and fun. So it's adorable aliens. And then next is Woodland Fairies by Christine Karen. This is a really popular one. And I've done one page in here, which was the Hazelnut Fairy. And this is a grayscale. Actually, it's not entirely grayscale. Some of them are regular, but some are grayscale. And this was my first time coloring a grayscale image, and I didn't really know what I was doing. So I took a long time with this, but I really liked how it came out in the end. And I used some fine tip alcohol markers in her hair because I just couldn't get it dark enough with pencil alone. And then I used a bunch of colored pencil on the top of it. Yeah, really, really happy with how it turned out. Woodland Fairies Special. The next one is the Bohemian Beauty Special by Durian Addict or T. Fallon. And I did this page. It's the first page, and for some reason I cut it out and I don't remember. I think I couldn't get a good picture of it or something. I don't know. So I keep this in a binder. But this page, obviously you can see there's a lot of hair, a lot of detail going on, and I used alcohol markers, and I had to take so long doing this because of all the detail, the tiny little spaces. And then I used colored pencil on top. I think it was the Black Widows. Yeah, I was happy with how that came out. These are fun images. And the next one is the Sorcerers and Sorceresses Special by Nelika Shoemaker. And this was another one that was not really in my usual style, not something I would normally go for. But once I got into it, it was so fun. So I did this page, and it was just a blast to do once I got into it. This one I did with alcohol markers again and colored pencil on the top. And really love how this turned out. I think the colors worked out pretty well. And yeah, happy with that. So fun one, really fun one. And the next one is the World of Princesses Special by Fabiana Trere. And I did the first page. This one I did with colored pencil for the main image. And bring it up a little bit to show some of the detail. And then I used Neocolor 2s for the background. And I used the Tombow colorless blender to activate it so it stays smooth. Yeah, so there's that. And then the Christmas special from this last year. And this is a variety of illustrators. And I did this one from Creative Happy Life, and I'm not sure who that is. Let's see if I can find out. Kim White. Yeah. Kim White or Creative Happy Life. Let me find that again. Where did it go? So I did this page this last Christmas. And this was alcohol markers, some colored pencil on top. Thought this was just really fun and cute. So that's that. And then lastly, for the Coloring Heaven that I've actually colored in, is the Dark Fantasy Special from Enes Guerrero. And these are beautiful illustrations, I think. I'll go through it a little bit more in a later video, but I did the first page, and even though it's called Dark Fantasy, I went very light with this one. So I used colored pencil, and I just kept it super light because, I don't know, I just felt like this had a dreamy quality to it, and I wanted to keep that. Yeah, that was fun to do too. Dark Fantasy Special. So that's it for the Coloring Heaven, and then on to something totally different. There's this little magazine that is sort of just random. It's called the Art of Mandala, but they're not all mandalas. They're sort of variety of things. So I did this page with water-based markers and a glittery gel pen. A little bit, you can see some of the sparkle. And then this page I did with Crayola Super Tips with a little bit of colored pencil just to give it a little bit of a halo. And that's more of like a Zen doodle sort of a image. And then here this is just this crazy abstract image that I did with a whole bunch of different brands of water-based markers, and then I put gel pen on top, some glittery stuff you can see maybe. That was fun to do. Another one of those, this is sort of like comfort coloring for me. Sort of don't have to think too much, just go with the colors and have fun with it. And this one too, this is water-based markers. And then this one I did pretty recently. And this one was done with stippling. And I always forget about stippling. I've done a couple. And this was done after I saw a Julie's Passion for Coloring video on using fine liners. And one of her suggestions was doing stippling. So I did that, and I really like how that turned out. I used the Arteza fine liners for that. So that was in this little magazine, The Art of Mandala. And then the next one is Decorative Tile Designs by Marty Noble. And this is a Dover coloring book. And I did the first page, of course. And this book is double-sided on pretty thin paper, so I didn't want to ruin the back side of this page. So I put a layer of gesso down and sanded it a little bit, and then I used water-based markers and some Neocolor 2s in the middle for the yellow, and then I went over it with pencil for some of the shading. Bring it in just a bit, just a little bit with pencil there. And that's it for this book, although this is so fun. I really love these detailed, kind of decorative, abstract designs. And this is Pinwheel Designs by Will Stegenga. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. Another Dover book. And this one I did with Crayola Super Tips. And I found out that it ruins the other side if you don't do something to protect it, which was a bar, but that's okay. These books are not that expensive, so it doesn't matter. And then this page I did kind of recently with some colored pencils, and then I went over it with some solvent, some non-toxic solvent with a little brush to kind of intensify the colors because it was just looking so pale. And that's that for that book. And Geometric Whirlwind, another Dover book by the same artist. I did these 2 pages. And these were both done with Crayola Super Tips. And once again, it ruins the back side, but oh well. These were just kind of comfort coloring, just like do whatever colors appeal to me, you know, just go for it. It's really fun. So there's that. And then Geometrics by Jennifer Lynn Bishop, another Dover one. And I've had these books for years and years and years and years, and I never colored in them until I started coloring a few years ago, and then it didn't seem quite as scary anymore. And so I did this first little image here on the title page with acrylic paint. And I used a dotting tool, like if the kind that you use in nail art sometimes, I guess, or in polymer clay. I had them for polymer clay, and I thought that might be fun to try and do some patterns with. And I think some of the larger dots here were done with like some other tool, I don't remember. Like, I think maybe the end of a crochet hook or something like that. So this is a fun way to color. The only thing is it leaves a bumpy surface. So you have to keep that in mind. That, you know, if you colored on the page on top of it, it would leave an impression, probably. So there's that page. And then this is from this book, but I actually photocopied it onto a separate sheet of copy paper. And this was done years ago. This was with colored pencil. Just a really simple image. And this one was done when I was visiting with my brother. And my brother actually started coloring this with Stettler fine liners. And then the end of our visit came and he wasn't finished with it. So I took the book with me and then I finished it at home. So that was fun. He actually likes to color too, which is pretty cool. So there's that. And then there's the Alhambra by Nick Crossling, and this is also the Dover book. And I did 2 in this. The first one is, or maybe no, I guess I did 3 in this book. The first one is just really pale. This was all with colored pencil, and I just tried to do a little bit of shading. Yeah. And then the next page was with Stettler fine liners, and this was done during that same visit with my brother. And there was some family stuff going on at the time that was a little stressful, quite stressful. So I spent a bunch of time coloring in between dealing with issues. So I just like let it all out, I think, with this one. This is Staedtler Fine Liners. It's just like a riot of color. It always reminds me of that time looking at it. And then lastly in this book, from the same time, is this page. And this is it with Crayola Super Tips. I really like the colors on this one. So there's that book. And then lastly is Color Me Crazy by Peter Deladish. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And he is Peter Draws on YouTube. He has a really great YouTube channel. He's a fantastic artist, totally unique. He's a crazy fun guy, really entertaining channel. I recommend it if you haven't watched his stuff. So this is his coloring book, and it's just like crazy abstract doodles and drawings. And I did that with Tombows. And the next one I did in here was this page, just like this total crazy tangle of wires and mechanical type stuff. And this was with Tombows. I mean, Crayola Super Tips. And then lastly is this page, which I did entirely with gel pens, and including some glittery ones. I think you can see a little bit, and a little bit of white gel pen for the bubbles. This is a really fun book. Okay, so that's it for this one. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're all well out there. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your coloring. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks so much.